local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News Sunrise starts now.
A good Wednesday morning. Thank you for starting your day with us, the WESH 2 News Sunrise team. I'm Jason Guy. Let's bring in meteorologist Eric Burris to talk about your forecast for our Wednesday. And Eric, we are off to a soggy start.
Yeah, roads are a little wet from overnight rains, and there's a lot of clouds looking at downtown Orlando. At the moment, we're not seeing any rain in Orlando, but we are tracking some rain on radar, and it will be kind of filtering throughout, increasing that overall coverage today. Like yesterday, lots of clouds and lots of showers. Temperatures out the door, mid to upper 70s. First warning, live Doppler radar. Northern spots are quiet, but the further south you go, the more you get into the rain. So at the moment, I-4 would be slick from overnight rains, but we've got these showers kind of lifting on up, and even some thunder and lightning down there. About 12 lightning strikes in the last few moments' time. Currently, Groveland, Mineola getting the rain, lifting into Claremont, Ferndale, and Ocoee here shortly. If you live in the tourist district or if you're visiting from town, we are dry. For the moment, the bubble holds over Disney, but this will all be kind of filtering on in. And these showers are working over the St. John's, getting over toward Port St. John and even Merritt Island. So for today, cloudy skies, more showers and thunder showers. We'll talk more about your neighborhood by neighborhood forecast in just a couple minutes.
All right, Eric. Today marks 8 years since the Pulse nightclub massacre that took 49 lives in Orlando. Overnight, some held a special ceremony to remember the victims. WESH 2's Bob Hazen is live at Pulse Force right now. Bob, we know dozens of people were out there for this special evening.
That's right, and those people included some who lost family members during the attack, others who were actually there and were hurt during the shooting. And this is also the first year since the city of Orlando took ownership of the nightclub and is now in charge of planning a permanent memorial to the victims here at this site. There will also be a series of events today. Those include blood drives at Orlando City Hall and the Dr. Phillips Center. At 4 p.m., the bells on First United Methodist Church in downtown will ring 49 times. And then at 7 p.m., the official Pulse Remembrance Ceremony will be held at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. Now, that one is focused on victims, families, survivors, and first responders, but the public can also go if they get a ticket through the Dr. Phillips website. Reporting live in Orlando, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
Thank you, Bob. In the next 6 months, we could have plans for the Pulse Memorial. WESH 2 is talking to the man trying to help Orlando bring this community together to honor the 49 lives lost. We dig into that and how we got to this point, investigating the end of the One Pulse Foundation. It's all part of our next WESH 2 Chronicle, Life After Pulse. That airs tomorrow night at 8 on WESH 2. A federal district court is blocking a Florida law that bans gender-affirming care for minors and restricts it for transgender adults. WESH 2's Paola Tristan Arruda takes a closer look at the judge's decision and reaction from groups involved in the lawsuit. Now, Claremont has a hearing set for July in the misdemeanor battery case and a pretrial hearing in the felony battery case set for August.
He took advantage of this little boy, and and did some things that, just so sad and sickening to even talk about.
Parents, please take a good look at your screen. Investigators say this man was found in bed with a 10-year-old boy. Now they're looking for anyone whose kids may have also had contact with that man. William Osceola is in jail this morning. WESH 2's Megan Mulatto explains the disturbing accusations he's facing. Court records show this suspect had his first court appearance before Judge Monday. He's being held at the Osceola County Jail. Schools in Brevard County will notice the Guardian program is expanding there. It was earlier this year the district has deployed 27 armed guards. That's at elementary schools there. WESH 2 Summer Knowles is walking us through who can become a Guardian and how this expanded program will be rolled out. 442, a new partnership based in Volusia County has the potential to change our state and nation for the better. How one building could bring hundreds of high-paying jobs to Daytona Beach. A new partnership between Embry-Riddle University and Boeing will bring hundreds of high-paying jobs to Daytona Beach. WESH 2's Pamela Combe reports several local and state leaders are excited about the impact, they say, with one new building. Governor DeSantis says he will sign the budget for the upcoming fiscal year soon. He'll also approve $30 million for Embry-Riddle's Research Park and Aerospace Academy. 4:46, and it's the final week before the NFL breaks off for its summer sabbatical. The Buccaneers are one of 22 NFL clubs opening up mandatory minicamp this week. It's the final stage of the offseason program before training camp kicks off in late July. But it's the complete opposite for new Bucs wide receiver Sterling Shepard. The former Giants receiver signed his contract Monday and opened camp yesterday. The Bucs are excited about the veteran presence he brings to the offense, while Shepard says he's excited to reunite with his college quarterback Baker Mayfield. Remember, WESH 2 is your home for the Bucs. We're going to have a countdown to kick off for all 3 preseason games beginning August 10th. When UCF invades the swamp this football season, it'll be in the dark or close to it. The game is officially slotted for an evening. That means it'll kick off after 6 p.m. but before 8 p.m. The official time has still got to be determined. There have only been 3 meetings between these 2 programs, with UCF winning the last one in 2021. All right, at 4:47, we are looking at that severe rain that we've seen. Central Florida is not only dealing with a lot of it this week, it was really heavy and triggered flash flooding in parts of South Florida yesterday, making for these dangerous driving conditions. Rain also flooded a mobile home park in Hialeah and other neighborhoods. Experts say storms are expected to last through the week and into the weekend. And we want to turn to our first warning meteorologist, Eric Burris, who is tracking it for us here in Central Florida and looking at just how much rainfall we've had over the last few days. And it's been quite a bit, Eric.
It's kind of remarkable when you look at the numbers. Bradenton closing in on a foot of rain this week, just north of Sarasota, well over half a foot. And much of that came within like an hour's time yesterday. And significant rains all the way through North Miami, over 6 inches. But even in our area, look at Brevard County. We had flood advisories posted, and West Titusville and the Canaveral National Seashore coming in at 6 inches, and much of that was like yesterday. UCF over 3 inches of rain, Mims already 3 inches of rain, and there is more to fall. Outside now, our tower cam network, dark and early here over at Port Canaveral. The Rusty shot showing a lovely but cloudy morning, temperatures in the 70s area wide. Our first warning live Doppler radar, quiet through the metro at the moment, though there are some of these little sneaky showers coming in around the tourist district from Celebration and Champions Gate over to the Walt Disney area. Kissimmee, it's raining. That'll lift up toward Hunters Creek here shortly. Rain's fading a little bit approaching Claremont. Bushnell, Webster, it's raining now. That'll lift up to the north toward Lake Pennsauken and Wildwood shortly. And there's more rains working over toward Brevard County. So roads are slick from overnight rains, and we have more to come. Little area of low pressure out here in the Gulf of Mexico. That is Invest 90, tropical wave just dumping moisture. So looking at today's forecast, that rain chance is on its way up 60, 70, 80%. That'll limit those temperatures into the 80s for most of us. Futurecast showing a few showers 9 a.m. Little bit of a break through lunchtime, though not perfectly dry. And then into the afternoon today, watch that coverage of rain increasing from south to north. There's that 80% coverage of rainfall. So the storm system pulls away from us, but as it does so, it keeps drawing in that Gulf moisture. So we've got this wet pattern the next couple of days. Invest 90 technically is sitting just off the Tampa Bay coastline. You can almost make out a little bit of a counterclockwise circulation throwing moisture our direction. Hurricane Center giving it a low-end 20% chance of development over the next 7 days' time. The window for formation will be after it passes us. So something to watch, but nothing to be concerned with whatsoever. In the meantime, it brings us a lot of rainfall. 60, 70, 80% coverage of rain the next couple of days. This weekend into next week, we just kind of return to our normal weather pattern with showers and storms.
And if the weather cooperates, SpaceX is looking to launch a rocket from our Space Coast today. Falcon 9 is poised to blast off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. At that time, right there on your screen, 5:20 this evening. This is a mission for Starlink. So many of us are escaping the rain and our summer heat by enjoying the air-conditioned comfort of our couches. Binge watching is getting more costly. We break down the streaming price hikes you may have overlooked.
WESH 2 is there for breaking news.
And Orange County officials are working to determine what caused a car to slam into an apartment building this afternoon.
For every development.
We have a tornado warning that is now in effect that includes downtown Orlando until about 7:45 this evening.
For the big story.
This will be huge. It will give them another way to get to the International Space Station.
And liftoff of Starliner and Atlas V, carrying 2 American heroes.
For local live late-breaking news every day, trust WESH 2 News.
4:54 today in entertainment news. We look at 2 very different animated movies, both about finding your place in this world. David Daniel reports an old favorite is back in a new way. Streaming services have raised their profiles with new shows and new stars, and they've slowly been raising their subscription prices too, right in time for summer. NBC Universal's Peacock monthly annual plans go up starting in July. Max, the streamer of Warner Brothers Discovery, will also raise prices in July on its ad-free services by $10 to $20 annually. And Spotify will boost costs for subscribers next month. These price hikes come as streaming media companies face their own increases in the cost of doing business as they expand content offerings to keep up with one another.
You have all these services all creating their own original programming, which is expensive to create. And in turn, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for those services.
Experts say streamers will likely experiment with different offers like lower price tiers with ads to keep subscribers. A delivery driver was left speechless when a package he delivered from under his nose. Take a look at this. Okay. Whoa. What the thief managed to get away with in the crime. Plus, this week may mark the start of rainy season here in Central Florida. How crews in Orange and Osceola counties are preparing for potential flooding. Stay with us. You're watching WESH 2 New Sunrise. We're checking out road conditions for you. Coming up next in your first warning traffic. Plus, we've got your first warning forecast to navigate what's going to be another wet day ahead on this Wednesday.